I do feel that we've got some variables that we need to bottom out before making a decision to close it down and go into a passive control structure. Giles, your kind of view at the moment?
Yeah, only be really useful. I think police input's pretty essential, isn't it?
So, I mean, my view, it seems like we're managing it really well at the moment. Progress is fantastic as well. We've got quite a few protesters in and around the site. I would like to have at least one more of these meetings, just so I can get that information in from the police, so that we know kind of if we are stretching our security provision, if we are concerned about not being able to backfill that or reach what we need, are the police going to be around? So I will take that as an action from me. I will speak to James and feed that back in.
I'd say certainly at the moment, Dave, we need the police. They are controlling and arresting people. You know.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So
okay, right. We've just been told there's about 60 people now. Estimate.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Sainsbury's roof is where they're congregating, but that could also be the decoy to get the police to go to the roof, so while they then attack one of the sections.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
moving around.
I mean, in the interim, what's our key liaison point with Southwest Security? Is it?
So Ken's been ringing up into the office. So this is just something I wanted to make sure in terms of that governance structure. Ken's on site. Should we, Paul and Martin, is he liaising with you as well?
No.
Okay. So
sorry, is he what?
Liaising with me and you.
Well, no, he's talking to the site manager. We've just spoken to the site manager, who's just updated us on the situation with the protesters. He's had a direct conversation with the director who's on site from Southwest Securities, and they've said two things. One, they think they've got enough resource at the moment, and two, even if they didn't, it would be difficult to source additional personnel at this juncture.
No,
so is that what you mean?
Yeah, so Paul, from me, it's just about making sure that our governance structure or command structure for this is working, and that suggests it is. He's just doubling down and updating us at the same time. So that's absolutely fine.
One of the straw ladders have just been requisitioned.
Can you see it?
I've got a DIY project, so you know, I got home for it.
Yeah.
It's a shame it's not a wooden one. We could have put it in the chipper.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a concern that I think I'm saying this mostly because I'm cautioning against an over-reliance on the police.
Yep.
And I'm understanding what Southwest Security are saying about, you know, we're all right at the moment and it would be difficult to get, it would still be useful to bottom that out about if it became essential that they did require more resources, where would they go with that space? Because as it stands, we have to plan for a response-only approach from the police. I'm not saying this will happen, and our alternative then would be to cease works. So, because that would remove the risk to public safety. So, there's a possibility that that's the choice we're facing, not police, can you carry on doing the work of our security contractors? So we will need a plan in place. And obviously I'm not an expert on this, but as I say, we should, you know, the police will have that tactical choice resource-wise to say, actually, we can remove the risk of this by you ceasing the works. So we do need to be developing our own plans in that space. And I don't know, Dave, between you and I mean, we'll establish what the best way of just bottoming that out with Southwest Security about eventualities of that nature.
Got it as an action, Dave. I'll ring Ken straight after.
Got it.
I'll ring Ken. I'll ring James.
And then and then when we have the conversation with James, it can be you know, we are accountable for maintaining the security of our own side. The police aren't. I mean, clearly they've got a law and order issue, but I don't want to be leaning too heavily on reliance on them because
they've done us well.
We're at their discretion.
So What's the purpose of you speaking to him then, Dave?
So just to understand that if the numbers continue to grow, if we see any exponential growth in the number of protesters on site, what is their ability to influx their security numbers? I get that they would struggle, but is that an ultimate? We cannot increase what we've got. That's the answer that we the question we need to ask and we need an answer to. And then I'll do that prior to speaking to James to understand what time our police presence kind of will reduce. And then when we reconvene in 50 minutes, we will understand what my request for you guys would be is to understand kind of ultimately the progress. Yeah, that's great. But if we've stopped felling trees, have we enabled the security to move down, or are they remaining there until they start grinding these stumps?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Dave, was it not, correct me if I'm wrong, so I probably did mishear it earlier. Didn't James say that it was till midnight that we had the police resource?
So they've got officers on late duty till 11 o'clock. He has the ability or discretion to extend that till midnight without significant issue. And thereafter, we would then fall into a response police offer. So that'd be the night turn officers.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Ellie, in terms of comms, is there anything drifting around? Clearly there is.
No, just the same as it was before. I've put in the chat the links to the, as I say, the BBC and ITV. It's just the same as it was before. Lots of short videos.
Okay. Emma, you made contact outside of this just to say that there were some comments around noise reporting. I've spoken to CCTV. They're not saying any calls have come in surrounding that at this time. In fact, they're saying they haven't received a single call in relation to the works which are going on. So that's positive. They're going to put a report to me, just a couple of lines in the morning to let us know what the nighttime activity has been. So we've got that there. All right.
Just so you know, they've had to stop in the northern compound because there's people sat up against the hoarding and it's too close to where one of the trees are. If it means that it's one tree, then well, ultimately I'm hoping the police would move them because that's highway.
Yeah, it just underlines the fact that the police's job is not to provide the means by which we continue with the work. Yeah. So, and we must get lulled into the sense that that is their job. That is not their job. Their job is to prevent criminality happening, not to facilitate our work. So that call about us being able to sustain security to undertake our own operation is really important.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Comments from any other person at this moment in time? Any objections to 11 o'clock meet?
No.
Okay.
It might be it might be Paul or Catherine, depending on if I go and have a lie down.
Well done, Martin.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. All right. Hopefully,
Catherine's brought in some sleeping bags and pillows. Can you see?
Impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, we'll speak to you in 50 minutes and we'll make some phone calls our end to make sure we've got some provision for security or continued provision for security or the ability to flex. All right,
excellent.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.